Welcome to the Quick Stop F1
Welcome
podcast.
to the Quick Stop F1 podcast.
This guy, my show.
I just wanted to get that in. I'm sorry.
No, thank you, Mario. That's good. Look, as you can tell, you're on the Quick Stop F1 podcast. My name is Nyasha. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. We appreciate that. Joining me, as you can tell, as ever, is my co-host, co-founder, and just general lovely person, always in a great mood, absolute ray of sunshine in my life. Welcome, Thandie Sabanda.
You know what? I was watching the Saturday show, and you know the way Mario brings in Tasha. It's so beautiful. It's so nice. It's so wholesome. I said, must be nice. Wow. Thank you, Nyasha.
We appreciate co-hosts on the Saturday show. We just
do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's cool.
It's cool. Like, imagine if someone just did it right now, Nyasha. Imagine. What? Ooh. That's mad.
I imagine that, like, I'm now pranging out about a certain technical situation that I've got because everyone's going very like. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Awesome. Well, look, I'm so sorry for making you feel less than. This is the Christmas special. I want to share Christmas cheer. Thandie, you're the best co-host I could ever ask for. And you are a ray of sunshine.
That's an easy one. Low-hanging fruit.
Thank you. You two are the ray of sunshine that I never asked for in the highest of heats. And I love ya.
Yeah.
There you go.
I can feel it. I can really feel it.
Are you turned Irish?
I can really feel the love through the screen. But look, it's not about me or Thandie. It's about our guests who are not guests because it's a team affair right now. From everyone's. You want to talk about low-hanging fruit? Everyone's favorite Saturday show. It is Mario and Tasha. Yay!
Suffer myself.
Yay!
Yay!
There's going to be many people super happy.
Yeah, no, there's going to be you're very popular, more popular than us in some circles.
I don't think that's true. No.
Maybe Tasha, maybe.
I feel like some people have you as like respite from me and Thandie. You're like a panic cleanser.
Oh, I love the comments that are like, you guys are so calm. You guys are so calm.
You guys are so calm. Like, so nice to listen to you guys. So calm.
I love when we're called serious.
Yeah,
serious.
Journalists. We've been called journalists.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Mario,
hey,
Mario
we
and
love
Tasha.
that one.
Yeah.
Look.
Don't go.
We appreciate all of you listeners. We thought we'd combine it and have a team affair. And look, if you're listening to this, it might be Christmas Day, it might be just after. But we just wanted to get something out. Which I feel like it's going to be tradition now that there'll always be a Christmas podcast. And last year we had, Oscar winners. We had, the top of the top F1 content creators. But I wouldn't want to be anywhere else than with you 5 people, including Chris and myself.
Non-Oscar winning.
I'd love
just
to.
The regulars.
I don't know that you have to say that. Yeah, I don't know that Oscar winning thing was necessary. You could have just said that you love to be with us. We didn't need to do that.
I didn't. Thing. Right. Okay. Yeah. No. Fair play. I'm starting to realize that maybe when I'm trying to be nice, I'm not nice, and that's been something that's been brought to my attention.
That's a big lesson.
Yeah, look, look, maybe am I the Max Verstappen of this group?
Let's unpack.
Let's discuss.
So funny.
Can we discuss?
Let's discuss
that.
Can we just expand on that one thing?
Let's start a meeting on that. Yeah.
Can we just discuss? Dig into that little morsel real quick.
Yeah.
Because you could have said anybody. You could have said anybody.
Oh my God, I've got tissue. It reminds me actually of like, I was talking to someone the other day about the live show, and obviously we were like getting ready for the live show and everything. And I could feel myself being a prick, but I couldn't stop myself being a prick. Like, I could feel in every interaction.
Get this man off this screen immediately.
Every interaction I had with you guys, I could see in your eyes that you're like, this guy's being a prick. But I couldn't stop myself.
I don't think that's true.
That's how I felt. That's how I felt. And
that is how dictators. Those are like dictators' like famous last words. I could feel myself being a dick, but I couldn't stop myself. Colonel Gaddafi.
I couldn't stop it. One might say I liked it. I
didn't say I liked it. I actually hated myself a little bit. I went on stage, with a little bit of my heart a bit cold from the cold responses I was getting back from my team. But that's neither here nor there. But look, guys, if you're still listening this far, thank you for watching. Make sure you give the video a like and a subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. If you're on Spotify, give us a 5-star rating. If you're on Apple Podcasts, a review and a rating. And of course, the Patreon is there for the ad-free stream. I will start. I'm going to go in order of what's on my screen, just so no one thinks I'm playing favorites. But Tasha.
Not surprised. Not surprised at all.
I'm nervous.
If I could provide some advice, Nyasha, some unsolicited advice, Nyasha, you should maybe go to Thandie first.
Is this not my show? Or like, I'm sorry.
Because you said CEO when you introduced her, but you don't.
Didn't he say co-founder?
Co-founder, light of his life. Let's go to Tasha. Anyway.
I can wait. I can go last, no problem. But I think you should go to Thandie first. And maybe for the next question as well.
This episode is hilarious.
Guys, we gotta record. Come on, hey.
Welcome to like the quick stop group chat, you guys. Welcome to the quick stop.
There's
Christmas
no group chat
party.
because y'all ignore shit all the time.
Nobody ignores shit, Mario. Nobody ignores shit in the group chat. I write in that group chat, and nobody ignores shit in the group chat, Mario.
Oh my God.
I would say that this is like one of those documentaries where you see like the band have achieved like a little bit of success, and you see like how the egos start to like get in the way of them making music. What do you mean he didn't come to me first? I thought I was the co-founder. Oh my gosh.
That's not
Thandie.
Smart.
How your thoughts on the 2023 F1 season? It was not a classic in anyone's eyes, but I guess for you, how now the season's finished, how do you feel about what you witnessed this year? Any standout thoughts?
Money from Formula One. Deceit from everybody involved. I will tell you that this year, a lot of drivers like stood out as good characters, and like some of them just stood out as obvious pricks. But looking back on it, I would say, the worst season we've probably had in about 4 to 5 years, I would say. Very boring.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
It was not great, was it? I mean, like, it's just one of those things where, I look, again, if you're a Verstappen fan or someone that buys into the whole you know, we were witnessing greatness and we're privileged to witness greatness, etc., then I guess you would enjoy that. But I guess for the neutral and anyone whose team were not constantly on the top step of the podium, I guess, it might not have been the most entertaining season.
Rough.
Rough. Tasha, I guess in your first season of F1 content creation, congratulations to you and Mario. Although, to be fair, Mario, were you on the show last year, Mario?
No, I think the first episode I did of this was the first episode of the season.
Oh, nice, awesome. So both of you.
So this is kind of like a full circle moment.
Yeah,
it is. Oh wow, bookending the season. So I guess Tasha, with in your first season of F1 content creation and being knee deep in F1 Twitter and so forth, how have you found 2023 as a season?
I mean, as a content creator, I think it was definitely like challenging. Luckily for me and Mario, we mostly covered the post qualifying, so there was that to talk about. Although a lot of them ended up the same person ended up on pole. A couple times we had some surprises. So little things here and there we could like discuss. But for the most part, I think it was just challenging overall because a lot of the news was the same. A lot of the winners were the same. It's like a lot of the sameness. So finding creative ways to recap the season and recap certain sessions was challenging. And also because it is our first year, trying to find like what we are like kind of balance of, creating a show, like what we want it to be, what we want to talk about. So it was like a lot to juggle, trying to make it come across natural and conversational, but also like, what the fuck are we going to talk about? Because it's the same shit. So yeah, it was just something, it was like that. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Look, you guys have taken all of the feedback I've given you on board, and you've done really well. I love how you're kind of finding your own groove, and obviously your own fan base. But I'm not want to get into that.
We've split the quick stop fan base.
Civil war.
We'll reunite the two kingdoms eventually.
Yeah. But Mario, for you, I feel like you've had a really cool kind of journey and story with us. From the Twitch helping and through to producing and really kind of taking on board the host duties on the Saturday show. What I wanted to ask actually for both of you guys was, as now that you're having to talk about F1 on a regular basis, has it changed like how you view the sport? Has it made you fall in love with the sport? Does it make you not like the sport as much? Like, I guess for you, Mario, like that whole content creator in F1 during the most boring season of all time, like how has that affected your love for the sport, I guess?
I love the sport equally. I think I've fallen in love with it more, but it's not with the sport. It's with the fact of like community, of like having like this partnership with Tasha and working on it. And like those aspects have been so much fun for me. And I think for us that's made me fall more in love with the sport and everything. I didn't realize that I was like, one, that I really liked the content creation part of it, and two, that I want more of it. And I'll say more of it in a second, until I saw like a recent creator made an it's Marquez Brown, MKBHD, I think the letters are. I'm dyslexic. And like he had an intro to Formula One video, and that mixed in with all I've seen in the year has made me realize that there is a need and there is an opportunity to talk about the sport in better ways. And I want to be part of that now, because I see how people talk about it, and the people that get lucky enough to be close to it, how they talk about it. And I just think that like, I see how Tasha does it. I see how you all do it. And like me being part of it, like I now more than ever know that like I want to have more access in it, just so that we can speak about it in different ways and more interesting ways.
And that you will, Mario.
That you will. That you will.
I'm like in Tasha's backpack, like, let's go.
No, I love it. I really enjoy, I think, seeing you two kind of grow into your roles and kind of taking on board and kind of flourish, and the interactions that you get. It's really cool. And I think it's the same thing that me and Thandie went through in 2021. Possibly,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to talk for Thandie because obviously, I don't want to talk over Black women when they're upholding platforms and stuff like that. So, but it's a similar thing, right? This sport, before I had any idea of F1 Twitter, and then starting the podcast, and then me and Thandie being able to build this community that we have, it's just made it a much better sport, because of the people, the jokes and the commentary and, the interactions we get. Pardon me. So yeah, it's just very, 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 very cool. I'm glad you two got to experience that and more. Yeah, I'm sure we'll have a lot more coming up. Thandie, sorry, I don't think that we published the episode where you first wore this hat.
No, we didn't.
Is this your first time? We didn't.
We didn't.
Can we talk about
iconic?
Isn't it fab?
Iconic.
Yeah.
I know.
You look so.
I know.
I feel really bad because there's like 10 minutes worth
Insert
of jokes
picture
that we missed out. But no, you look great. What I wanted, but what I really wanted to ask you and say to you was, can I ask you a very honest question, and can you give me an honest answer?
I am always honest.
Always honest to a fault. Max Verstappen, is he, after this season, eligible for greatest of all time conversations?
No. Because I can buy a necklace from ASOS and I can get Jacob the jeweler to get me a piece, yeah? And this Jacob the jeweler piece could have like big Sabanda on it, Quick Stop F1 on it, bust down, yeah? And this ASOS piece could have like the most beautiful bead design I've ever seen in my life, and it's so gorgeous with my dress, but I can't wear it because eventually it's going to tarnish. It's unreliable. It's going to turn green, aka angry. Oh gosh, I'm poetic with this. Oh geez.
Bars.
No, we can't call Max Verstappen a GOAT. In the words Christmas film, you sit on a throne of lies, my brother. Word to Elf. Yeah? And no, we can't. We can't. we can't. Would I, like, he can be some people's GOAT, but it tells me more about you and what you know about the sport and when you entered the sport and what you consider a GOAT. I just see Max Verstappen as a very celebrated driver with a lot of sponsorship in a very good position. Do I see him as GOAted? No. What's he done that's GOAted?
Well, some would argue that winning 19 races out of 22, and
it still hurts.
Those are, those are numbers that you can't argue with. He's now third on the all-time list, behind Schumi and Lewis. If he carries on at this rate, the same way that, just to be respectful, the same way that we were looking at Lewis in 2018, 2019, 2020, and we're seeing, okay, if he carries on at this level of winning this many races a year, then he's going to get to Schumacher's record, and obviously got there.
I mean,
he's blown it out of the water.
When Jesus was on the cross, there was 3 people on that cross, but only one person was the Son of God. Do you know what I mean? Come on.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
That is incredible.
Preach.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Preach.
End the episode. Cut the episode. Cut the episode.
Hey.
Come on now.
When you get in your Bible bag,
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my God. Well, look, Tasha.
Yeah.
I guess, just with what we witnessed from Max Verstappen this season and what we witnessed from Red Bull this season, do you, I guess, let me ask a question that, Max fans were always very quick to kind of throw at Lewis Hamilton when he was winning. Are we looking at an incredible driver driving at the peak of his game? Or are we looking at who's dragging the most out of that car and he's maximizing every ounce of performance that you could possibly get from it? Or is he a fast car merchant and it's the car doing all the work and he shouldn't, doesn't deserve any of the accolades that he's getting? Obviously, those are two extremes, but those are kind of things which were leveled at Lewis,
right?
Potentially, definitely leveled at Vettel, Schumacher. So I guess for you, in terms of like what Max has achieved this season, I guess the last two seasons, where do you rank him on the car to driver talent ratio?
Ooh, can I avoid that question altogether? Let me work my way around that question. Because I do feel like in all cases, right? When everybody's like, oh, it's just the car, whatever. I think it's partially that, because that's most of the point of the sport, right? Is that they engineer the best cars for these people to drive. Max, I think, has had to focus and, keep, sharp as a driver to be leading, for an entire season, well, 2 seasons really. So I do think it speaks to his mental strength and his ability to just kind of stay focused and stay sharp and do the best he can. And obviously, I don't feel like he's always pushing. We've heard times where he wants to do more and engineers are like, nope, just bring it home. So I do feel like he probably even has more performance, and it's just he's not able to extract all of it just based off of the fact they don't want to make it look too crazy of a gap that we were trying to make up. But for me, in the GOAT debate, I feel like it's I wish it was more we could review the quality of the wins versus just the quantity. Obviously, if you can just rack up wins, one after the other, yes, it's impressive, but can anybody from this season anyway tell me one win that was the most memorable for you, or a battle that he had that was memorable? I don't feel for me that didn't happen this season. So as much as I want to say I feel like he could get there at some point, I don't think after 3 seasons of him with clearly the best car on the grid and an incompetent teammate, that we should be talking GOAT status, maybe baby GOAT, but not
baby
GOAT.
The greatest of all time. What's that fawn thing that was on Lion the Witch in the Wardrobe? That thing, Mr. Tumnus.
Wait, Mr. Tumnus?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Tumnus, yeah.
Mr. Tumnus ass winner. Mr. Tumnus ass GOAT. You stand a half man, half fawn.
Mythical creature, yeah.
Mythical creatures.
That is hilarious. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, look, thank you, Tasha. I mean, look, Mario, I guess if we're talking about incompetent teammates, I guess I have to ask you about your cousin, who I feel like you've probably absolutely banished, absolute black sheep of the family. At this point, I feel like if there was any family gatherings, Checo Perez would definitely get the food last. He wouldn't be allowed to get food before anyone else.
He would get checked at the door to make sure that he's bringing sufficient things to warrant him coming inside.
Yeah.
Like we don't trust him like we trust our other cousins where it's like, come in, we know you got us. Like, and if you didn't bring anything, we know you'll go get ice real quick and you won't mind. But Checo, we're checking at the door and making sure, like, did you bring something for everybody? Like, and then we're watching you throughout the party to make sure you're not over drinking or overeating. Like, we're keeping you in check. You can still come, but it's sort of like probation at this point.
You know what's crazy? Like, that's literally how I treat Thandie when she comes to mine. I've got to check.
You got a running time on everything.
I'm gonna check. Have you brought the peach wine again? What else have you brought? You know what? Okay, you're on shop front duty now.
She brought herself in vibes.
Yeah. To be fair, Thandie's always there for shop run though, and she does. That's an invaluable service. I can always say to Thandie, "Could you go and get me some ice? Could you go and pick me up this and that?" So thank you.
Yeah.
But no, I could feel that when you were talking. I was like, I recognize that. But no, Mario, thoughts on Checo Perez? Do you think he'll last? Do you think he'll last to next year? As in all the way through next year, or do you think potentially he'll be replaced by Ricciardo at some point?
I want to say that he won't be replaced because I don't see AlphaTauri because AlphaTauri has made a huge spiel about how they changed their driver, like the approach to drivers that they had. Now they are dead set on a veteran with a younger one, and they say that Danny Rick is the veteran and that Yuki's the younger one, and they've talked so much shit about how that's the way now that like. They won't switch Danny for Checo because then Liam Lawson comes in and then you have two young people again. And then it's like you went back on everything you said. I think Checo finishes the season and I think he might even get second, but he'll do it in this midway that everybody will just be like, get in or get out. And I don't see him going past 2024, most likely. Yeah. One thing that I will say, who am I and whatever, but I lost a lot of respect for how he handled himself because of how he handled himself in really tough moments. I thought about Thandie a lot and how she says, defend yourself, get up, like defend yourself. So many times I thought that of Checo. Like just say one thing, man. Just like defend yourself in one moment or like speak up one time. And like the fact that he never did was an actual bummer in the season.
Yeah.
I guess you know, one of the moments of the season obviously. Yeah, one of the moments of the season obviously was the Helmut Marko kind of comments, and I guess you spoke really eloquently on that. And I guess to have it on like the main pod, like I guess for you in that situation, what would you have liked him to have kind of done, and what would have changed your perception of him in those moments?
I think so the argument of saying that this is the man's food, livelihood, this is how he puts food in his kid's table, all that, like I go very far with that argument. Like there's so many things that I would be like, no, you're right. But that argument isn't valid to me anymore when your people and who you represent are being directly insulted. To me, don't give me I hated the Helmut Marko apologized to me. That is the weakest thing I've ever seen. Helmut Marko needs to apologize to you in public, just like he belittled you in public. And like, to me, the lack of him demanding respect, the lack of him demanding any sort of like Red Bull message, I think it was treated very like unimportantly, and he just let it happen. And you can tell me, but it's his job. And I'm not saying burn the house down. I wish he did later, but at least he could have gone a long way with just saying something in public and demanding Marko for an apology in public. I don't think that means he loses his job.
Can we give Mario a round of applause?
Right. And I think, I mean, honestly, the things aren't working, so we can have to do it like physically. So, Thandie, You're on delay. But I'll be clapping on my own, making it look sarcastic. Oh my God. I'm like blushing. I felt like all the blood went to my face right now. No, that's no. And yeah, I think it was one of those situations really, wasn't it? Like, you know, I feel like we kind of obviously felt that, I think it kind of had parallels with the Nelson Piquet situation from 21, I want to say. And, you know, to have such... And the thing is with Helmut, that was the only... I don't know why. It's weird how things happen on F1 Twitter. That wasn't the first time that he'd said something like that. But it was the first time that it finally gained enough traction for like wider media to report on it. Like, people have been saying like, this is fucked up, but it kind of went under the radar, and this was the first time that it actually went wider. And you're right, like, you know, I for Red Bull to kind of say, oh, it doesn't even work for us, for you know, and, you know, he's just an 8-year-old man, he's still learning X, Y, Z.
You know,
so yeah, I just think it was a really poor response from Red Bull. It was a poor response from Helmut, and unfortunately, yeah, I'll probably do side with you on that. As a poor response from Checo. But look, Red Bull are likely to dominate next year unless a team from Brackley comes through with a new design, a new philosophy, one that Toto Wolff said in the media recently that is having promising signs. James Allison is saying that it's looking promising. Thandie Sabanda, you said that you had faith in Mercedes to build a world championship winning car. I remember you saying that because I was surprised that you had faith in Mercedes winning and building a championship winning car in these regulations, but I liked the faith that you had. Do you still hold that faith, I guess? Do you think that Mercedes can build a car capable of taking it to
I mean, okay. Sorry, I can hear myself. Do I think they are capable of building it? Like, I've just got to keep faith because I've basically started a podcast at which I am undoubtedly a Lewis Hamilton stan. And I've spent a whole 365 days on that Bird app fighting people about the same team. So really and truly, I've got to stand on business.
Yeah.
But just got to keep faith with Mercedes. We are amongst the greatest cars in the world. So surely we can build something. Surely there's an engineer somewhere. Surely there's a tech genius somewhere. So I do still have faith.
Yeah, no, fair play. And I guess quickly, how long do you think? Okay, what do you think? And I guess I'll ask all of you a variation on this, but the George and Lewis relationship, which we saw really kind of fracture, and we're definitely far, far away from the kid that was lining up to have Lewis Hamilton sign his autographs, sign his book, with his autograph as a kid. And, you know, those two clearly are, I would say, incapable of... No one's incapable. Those two are clearly not buddies. They're clearly not, you know, Lewis could consistently say that his best teammate is currently George Russell, but he keeps saying Valtteri Bottas. They keep coming together on track. So Lewis and George's relationship next year, how do you see that going?
I think it is going to be heavily.
Oh, go ahead, Thandie.
Sorry, I think it's going to be like heavy. It's me. It's me. I think
it's me. No, address that. Let's unpack that. No. That is. It's me. It's me.
It is me.
No, after you. Sorry.
No, she said, "Am I on delay?" And I said, "It's me." I didn't say.
I thought you were just saying,
like it's me. Like
I thought you said,
look at him.
It's me.
You need to come by on Saturday. Thandie, you need to come by on Saturday.
Yeah, it's a safe space on Saturday.
Honestly, it's a safe space on Saturdays. Here you've just got to dodge a bullet.
We love people on Saturday.
They shooting, and he starts shooting.
I'll do this. I'll do the same intro for you, Thandie. The same
intro.
You see that pic comment I was talking about earlier? That's how I'm feeling right now.
May I step in, Nyasha? May I step in real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Let me get Tasha. Let me get your opinion real quick. What has to happen next year? What has to happen with Mercedes next year for you to feel satisfied with the season? Is it win or nothing for you with Lewis? What would be like, I still have faith in them. They did okay. They did well to my standards this season. What is
I don't know what that looks like. I feel like after this season, it kind of is up in the air because I remember feeling like at the beginning of the year, like, oh shit, like here we go again, like at testing time. So, yeah. I mean, I feel like next season, I'm saying now, but I don't know if it'll be the case when it actually comes. But I feel like I'm just going to chill and it's going to wait and see what happens because I feel like if I put too much faith in things, like I'm just going to be disappointed. But I also don't want to be like, I don't want to say like I don't have faith in them at all. They are kind of starting with a new concept and kind of doing a lot of things from scratch. So I hope that it all works out, but I'm going to let go and let God, like I'm not even going to try to project any of my thoughts onto that.
So yeah, absolutely. So like, I read an article the other day, and it's George Russell basically saying like, I did racing really good first year. I did qualifying really good first year. I did racing really good second year. Nyasha, do you worry about what happens if turns out W15 is that car and you're constantly having a Lewis v. George fight for one or two? Like, does that situation make you nervous?
It makes me nervous for George, bruv. Right. You see how often Lewis wears Timberlands, bruv? This person has to get stomped out. Like, don't piss me off, bro. Honestly, like, let's really. The only thing that was Lewis's fault, and I'll be really honest, I know no one really wants to say it, but Qatar was Lewis's fault. Like, let's be honest. Like, he came around the outside. I know that there was the pre-race thing. Tasha, I know you're looking at me. I can feel it. Like, let me see it. I can feel it. But all I'm saying, I know there was a pre-race agreement that George was supposed to potentially give way to Lewis given the tyre strategies or whatever. But you can't turn into someone like that, especially when there's only two of you in the apex. But that is still, that's one incident out of how many times has George stuck it in the wall? How many times George has gone into Lewis in Spain in qualifying, I think, or in practice? There's crying on the radio in Japan and all of that. Like, it's really I don't know. For me, Lewis will always be superior to George. He's a superior driver to George. And I think what I worry about is that continuation of what I think's happened this season of George realizing that he's not levels. Yeah. And then that leading him to be more desperate, leading him to then get on the radio more, asking for more kamikaze strategies and stuff like that. But I think honestly, if we get to a situation, what I think will be interesting is if we get to a situation where numerically George Russell is still in the title race, but really it's not going to happen, will he defer to team orders to help Hamilton in a title fight if that happens? And I think that's what will be interesting if it gets to that.
Which leads me to my next question for Thandie, the CEO.
Yeah.
Can you grade Toto Wolff this year? Grade how you think he handled the team, how he handled his drivers, how he handled Mercedes' record, maybe development. What do you think about Toto's performance this year?
Okay, so...
And you can grade it, like give it a letter if you want.
At the start, he was doing that thing where he'd be like very much on our side and be like super hopeful. So he was gaslighting us at the start, by the way. We were being heavily gaslit. Yeah. So that was a real like C- moment. And then in the summer, before the summer break, he was like, we're coming back with like this amazing machinery. And I was hopeful. A star for lying to me. And then when he went to hospital, I even think the hospital stay was extended. I think it was extended for a bit because I wouldn't want to go out. I was embarrassed of you guys as well, to be honest. 10 out of 10 would recommend hide from your embarrassment. 10 out of 10. I do it all the time. And then towards the end, him kind of defending George, even when he was doing the crybaby shit. That was that was unmarkable because George's performance was unmarkable, but he failed to see that. So I'll give that. And then towards a real finish of the season, we then had obviously him being like, yeah, Mercedes is amazing. Lewis Hamilton's still the GOAT. So he upped his grades a little bit. And overall, I would give him a B- this year. And definitely has to redo a few classes in class, gaslighting, and better lying. Thank you.
Nyasha, it seemed like you wanted to say something. Like,
I feel like
it seemed like you were ready for that.
Kind of Somali pirate thing is going on here. What kind of Captain Phillips thing? Like you've just like hijacked this whole fucking. I was just sitting here and I'm like,
you're like, wait, is this my shit?
I love it.
Just sat here like, oh.
Mario did the old switcheroo.
Yeah, like really effortlessly as well. No, like it just literally.
I'm really good at the alleys, not at the oops.
Do you know I watched Focus the other day with Will Smith and Margot Robbie. Really, I actually really enjoyed the first half of that film. Second half, not great. But yeah, there was just like lots of, when they like take their focus away from somewhere else and then you can pickpocket them. And I feel like you've just pickpocketed me. But it's like you pickpocketed me and then you're like wearing my shit better than me. And it's like disconcerting. Like it's like you've taken my chain
if I start speaking gravelly, if my voice gets gravelly, that's when like
then that's when you're taking the piss. But no, carry on, please. You're doing a great job.
So let's talk about any other team that isn't Mercedes for a second. Which team do you think is just going to do better than they did this year, Tasha?
What do you mean, like just better or
just better? So yeah, any team that you think will do better next year than they did this year. Do you think? So I can be more specific if you want.
No. I think I'm looking for just based off of what we've been learning about like AlphaTauri. I'm curious to see what their season's going to look like next year. Like if the car is better than it was, because it has been trash for a very long time. So I'm curious to see what they kind of cook up there. Obviously, it's kind of shady and sketchy, but it is what it is. They're going to be on the grid, so looking forward to that. And then obviously McLaren, I think, is the other team that I'm just like very curious, like how they start the year, because this season it wasn't going well, and then they just basically completely flipped it around. So I'm curious if that continues. Like at the beginning of the year, they come out like just guns blazing. So that's like my two that I'm like the most looking forward to. Everybody else, I don't know. we'll see.
Nyasha, Thandie, McLaren, AlphaTauri, anybody else? Ferrari, are you confident in Ferrari next year?
I'm confident in Oscar Piastri.
Yeah.
That part.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it gets spicy next year between Oscar and Lando?
I think it was getting spicy this year anyway. And I think a lot of people who are Lando Norris fans don't actually know who Lando Norris is. I know who Lando Norris is. That's why I accept his prick behaviors. Yeah. I love to see Lando Norris at his prime. So it'd be very interesting to see people who don't know who the fuck Lando Norris is, see who the fuck Lando Norris is. And also to see people like jump on Oscar Piastri as a driver and kind of give him the accolades that he deserves, because I can see him slowly turn into such a talent. That's going to be really entertaining. But I think those are two equally really good drivers. I'm never going to say Lando Norris isn't a good driver. I've heard so much shit about Lando Norris, and I'm ready to say it right now that Lando Norris is not a shit driver. He has a shit attitude, but as we can tell, that has made a lot of great drivers. Kimi Raikkonen, Alonso, Lewis Hamilton at times, you know? I like it. So yeah. So actually between all them two like those two drivers, I actually don't even have a fave. I actually just am very much Team McLaren.
Tasha, did you see what she said about Lewis Hamilton?
What, the self-deprecation?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, she's not wrong, right? Self-critical, and they're all kind of like that.
Get her!
I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to divide us. You're trying to divide.
Don't divide the women, Nyasha. Don't divide the women.
Me and Thandie here locked in like this.
Do you know, Nyasha's acting like you know, Blueface has.
He said, "I feel like a prick,
baby
but I can't stop myself."
Do not compare me to that tattoo on his face, guy. Again. Oh my god. No. Who am I looking forward to seeing? Who do I think? Mm-hmm. In all honesty, I am just the Ferrari Civil War. That is the loudest bottle of just the Ferrari Civil War. I think I'm like really looking forward to it's crazy because if you could combine the any more, please, I can tell you're parched. Like, do you need any more water?
Bro, relax.
I'm trying to talk, and all I can hear is like. It's really hard. I'm sorry. I really. If you could combine,
you see the working conditions at Quick Stop.
I feel
can't even have water.
You have a PA, okay? You have a PA. You stop.
I'm hydrated, all right? I'm good.
I feel like if you could combine the consistency or like, you know, a consistency of signs in that, you know, he's pretty much consistently mid, and then he will have peaks where he kind of steps up like Singapore. With the speed of Leclerc, you would have a very good driver capable of, you know, competing with Lewis and Max. And so if Leclerc is able to kind of get rid of the inconsistency in his game next year, and Ferrari give him a car capable of getting victories the same way they were in the beginning of 2022, I feel like that could make a really interesting story. And we kind of saw it in Vegas and other races towards the tail end of last season, that like Leclerc seemed to have found the groove of the car, obviously a little too late, but you know, we saw the pole positions that he was getting this season. I have a soft spot for Charles, and I just want him to give him a car, but then I also want him to start having the bozo moments. Like that's got to stop. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, that's my hope. I feel like Ferrari they've got to improve from this year. And I think they will. And I think that, yeah, Charles versus Max is always good value for money.
Yeah.
Charles was like fighting for second place in the championship last year, wasn't he? Like 2022?
Oh, last year, yeah.
Like he had... Yeah, not this season, the one before.
Yeah.
The follow-up was so quick for them.
Yeah, I mean, they were winning races, weren't they? Like, first half of 2022, they were, I think out of the first 5 or 6, they won 3 or maybe won 2. I can't remember. But like they were, Charles Leclerc was winning races. He was leading the championship by a considerable gap. It was like, I feel like it was 70 something points because Max
40,
had 2
yeah.
Because Max had 2 DNFs or something, maybe not, but he had a significant lead. So yeah, let's see. That's my hope.
I have one more question before I give you this show back. What was your to all of you favorite live moment, quick stop related moment? What was your favorite moment of a live show? What was favorite interaction? Just anything during the year. I guess favorite live show is rough because then you're choosing, but any highlight, any favorite moments for you personally during the season? Anybody? Okay, Thandie. Okay, Tasha, thank you. Thank you so much. Tasha, go. Thank you so much. Tasha, go.
Sorry.
No, I would just say in general, I mean, just getting to actually link up with all of you guys in person was a highlight of the year for me. Like the fact that we all got to meet up and the energy was exactly the same as you see online in the podcast, like in real life. Lots of fun. And yeah, just in general, like getting to meet people at the live show. Got to talk with Jay from Wolfpack. I got to talk with Elizabeth up for a while in the green room.
Guys, be serious. Tasha, I'm listening. Tasha, I'm listening.
Thanks. We had a...
Tasha, she's spilling her heart, guys. She's spilling her heart.
Everyone calls me the bad mind person, but look at this girl here. Look at her.
Oh my Lord.
Look at her.
But yeah, just in general, getting to meet you guys all in person and getting to just talk with people, sitting in front of Lewis Hamilton's garage, that was crazy. We did that this year. So I don't know. That's just the overall experience for me was a highlight.
Same. I'm going to hijack your answer. Say that's mine. Thandie.
For me, I definitely agree with Tasha, by the way. That's not why I was laughing. I just had a thought come to my head and I was like, maybe that wasn't the highlight of my year. But I was thinking, oh, do I say that? But yeah, I think meeting definitely as I said, this year was so rubbish that the community made it great. Do you know what I mean? The community made it everything. Mm-hmm. Being able to just speak to you guys, meet you guys, rocking outside our little house, our little cottage, singing Backstreet Boys on the way back from races. Do you know what I mean? Me and Chris eating freaking, what was it, maple we were trying to eat? I can't even remember what me and Chris were trying to, crack
the pecans on the ground.
The pecan, yes.
Yeah.
So do you know what I mean?
Pecans. Yeah.
That was literally the best. Yeah, I love you guys, man. I do. I love you guys so much. And I love being able to kind of say the Saturday show with the guys in America. That's how big and expand we do. We have a different audience. So actually, that's not why I was laughing. I was just laughing in general because I've looked through my phone at so many clips that I didn't even know I had in my phone because I don't normally look back. But this time I've been looking back. And I've got clips of Nyasha sing at one point having access to my phone and singing random songs. And yeah, I think for me this year, Formula One was fun. Me getting up in the morning on a Saturday or a Sunday. Okay, fine. I don't get up on a Saturday. Fine, fuck. On a Sunday to watch the race was amazing. And I do that all the time. And it was okay, what now? But I think definitely the community made it amazing. So yeah, that's my heartfelt moment. But in terms of live shows, I can't even think what my favorite moment was. I think with the live shows, it's obviously you guys came to our first one, but for me and Nyasha, it's really interesting to kind of see the numbers that we bring and the kind of people who come to our shows. And I think what always brings me so much joy is the people who approach you and they're like, I've come on my own. And that always just signals to me how much of a safe zone we are. Like, even though we chat shit and like, you know, you might get grilled while, you know, you just know it, that must make you feel like you're coming to see family or you're coming to see someone as a friend. So I like that people are listening to us and they're literally listening to their friends, because you are my mates. Not when you bother me on Twitter and stuff. I won't reply that. But I do love yous. Do you know what I mean? I do appreciate the views. So yeah, that's my moment.
No, that's honestly, I'm trying to think. Like, in all honesty, I think. Well, my favorite live show moments. You know what? Look, we've just had 3 completely different live shows this year. You know, the one in the cinema, building that relationship with the cinema, and you know, knowing how we're going to take that forward, and wow, so much. Knowing we're going to take that forward and be able to build upon that. I think that's going to be a really cool experience for everyone, being able to go back there. I think for me, being in America, I'm someone, I'll be really honest, I'm someone who I don't really care for public perception of the things that I do, because what I do is the most important thing. Like, I love doing stuff because I love doing it. I don't care like how it looks. But I think when I talk to people about when people say like, you did a live show in America, that's when it like kind of hits home. Like, fuck, we actually sold those tickets for a live show in America. And we produced that ourselves, and we did everything ourselves. And for people to come, you know, I thought that everyone that was going to come to the live show would have come from the race, but there were people who literally drove from, you know, San Antonio, people who drove, you know, from far out to come, someone who flew in from Chicago, just for that.
Someone came from Michigan.
I think just the reception that. Really?
Wow.
Jesus. So yeah, like, I think that was just like a very humbling experience for me personally, and that really kind of put into focus like, wow, we really do have something here, and I'm really grateful for that. And obviously, like the last one, it was so raw, and it just reminded me of the first ones that we used to do, and I've got such fond memories of those. And I think seeing, what is wrong with you? Are you okay? Because I know what you're laughing at now. I've clocked what you're laughing at, and I don't want to laugh. But they're. I think
I'm
what I love.
See if I have something in my face or something.
No. It's fine. It's just. But I think it's just, you know. I think there were new people, even though we only did 40 tickets for this show, but there were so many new people at this show that we got to meet, and you know, just my friend. Sorry, going back to my earlier point, my friend saying to me, so it's my friend's pub. I've known him since I was 12. I was one of his groomsmen at his wedding this year. And obviously he knows that I did a podcast, but he had no idea. Like, he was just like, I couldn't believe how like diverse your audience are. I can't believe how many women were at this show. He was like, the energy in the place was insane, because we were upstairs and people were making so much noise during the race, cheering and booing or whatever, whenever George Russell came on the radio, that people downstairs in the pub were just like, what is going on upstairs? Like, what do you have up there? To the point that they had to put the Formula One on downstairs so that people could understand what the noises were. And I think that was like a really cool moment. So yeah, like, it's crazy. Now we did some really cool live shows this year. Next year, you know, I'd like to do some more, and I'm sure we're going to do some really cool shit. But yeah, long-winded answer. They were all incredible, to be honest, in their own little way. I think we're very blessed to be able to do that. Not a lot of content creators in any industry get to do what we do, and
Right.
I just feel really proud of everything that all 5 of us have built. From an idea in our heads to everything that it is now is crazy when you think about it. It's only not even been going for 3 years. So
Yeah. It's crazy.
Tasha and I have done like 14 episodes.
Have we?
It's been like it's almost.
I love you guys.
It's crazy.
Just a little drop in the bucket.
But anyway, so those 14 episodes are very, look, for us, I think you can see as well with our own viewership. I think, having you guys do the Saturday show and do that consistently has helped with the figures for the main one, right? So I feel like, there's always new people discovering us, and whether, there's people that have discovered us through you guys. And I think that's a really cool thing. And I think the fact that you're making that your own thing is awesome. Mario, actually, during your hijacking of my presenter duties, actually took what my last question was going to be. So
that's how you know I did a good job.
You did an immaculate job, I guess. Quickly, one line from all of you. Bold prediction for 2024, starting with CEO and co-founder Thandie.
You tickle you. Okay, let me think. No, actually, I can't think. So maybe come to me last. Come to me last?
Oh, okay. Okay, no worries. Tasha.
Yes.
Bold prediction.
You said bold?
Bold.
You know what? Also a little delusional. Yuki Tsunoda, world driver champion.
Period. On Hana.
He's about to take that AlphaTauri to the top. So yeah, that's my bold prediction for now. I don't know. I have no idea. I feel like if I say what I want to say, I'm going to jinx it. So I'm just going to keep it to myself and see what happens. That's how I feel. I'm feeling so superstitious for next season. That's kind of how I feel now, because every time I think something good is going to happen, something bad happens. So I'm just going to keep it to myself. But I am rooting for Yuki.
No, that's fair. You sound like that. I'll never forget it. Like after last season, I got a DM from someone that said, "Please, can you stop praying on Verstappen's downfall? It's not. It's not
having the opposite effect."
Nyasha, have you ever tried being a Max Verstappen fan for a season and see what happens? What if your one sacrifice is all the LH cult needs to actually get the W's?
There's no coming back from that.
If I need to put that on my shoulders, then I'll do it.
Exactly.
I'll infiltrate them like the Black Klansman fucking does.
That's what I'm saying. You're like
I'll be there in my orange outfit. I'll be like, yeah, Max Verstappen. Oh man, I hate that Lulu. Why does Lulu keep wearing skirts? Jesus
cry
Christ.
More,
yeah, cry more. So that I'll literally just have like I'll make a cry more bot that's just under everyone's tweets, like cry more. Oh, well, what about Spygate? Shut up.
Cry.
Mario, bold prediction for 2024.
Piastri wins a race before Lando Norris does.
I love that prediction, and I don't think it's beyond the realms of possibility. He does need to work on his tire preservation though, but I feel like there could be like a chaotic race and he'll end up there or thereabouts. He always seems to end up there or thereabouts, even when it's chaotic. So that's a really good prediction. My bold prediction.
He didn't drive 2022. So like this 2023 is after a gap year of not driving a car.
Really true.
So now this is going to be Oscar after a year of driving the car in an off season, knowing how to train for what he just did. I think he comes back a lot better. Obviously, it always depends on the car, but
yeah, yeah, I think he's an incredible talent. I think he was definitely one of the standouts things from this year. Like he just love his I love his temperament. And Chris says Danny wins in the racing bull before Lando. Oh, look, if Lando Norris has 0 haters, Chris is dead. Let me tell you that for
Oh gosh.
Stay for George Russell. Stay for George Russell, bro. Stay for George Russell.
Jesus Christ. No, look, Chris stands 10 toes down.
It's not a safe space for Lando Norris.
Lando Norris or George Russell. It's not a safe space. Actually, what I will say is, I really do actually want to say one of my favorite moments was from Austin. Big up Fan Amp, who we're collaborating with. I can't wait to do a lot of really cool shit with those guys, and we're going to be doing a lot of exclusive stuff with them. They invited us out for a dinner at Austin. We haven't actually said this publicly, but they invited us out for a dinner in Austin on the first night we were there, or second night me and Thandie were there, because someone booked plane tickets for the wrong day. But they invited us out for dinner, and it was just so lovely, like, you know, being welcomed to America like that, and for them to make space for everyone in the group. Obviously, Tasha didn't feel very well, so she didn't get to come. To be fair, the starters...
It looked fun, looked lit, not gonna lie.
You missed out on the starters with the deep fried okra and calamari. Oh gosh. But for them to give us like a t-shirt and like a handwritten note, like Greg and the team.
Say that again though, because the handwritten note is insane. Like that was that was such a nice touch, and it wasn't like a generic handwritten note. You know, it was very thoughtful of them. Absolutely thoughtful of them.
Yeah,
I keep every note.
Really thoughtful. Oh, you still got it there? Yeah, no, I've still got. I think I've got mine in my.
Mine's on my fridge.
Nice. I've started packing, so mine's in a box ready to be put somewhere in my office wherever I move to. So yeah, I just want to say big up Greg and the guys at Fan Amp. My moment of 2024. Oh yeah, bold prediction: Lewis Hamilton world champion. There, I said it. It's gonna happen. We've got the Lulu for Lulu. We've got to be
it's the Salulu.
There you go. Right, guys, think of the views this channel's gonna get if that happens. Okay. Everyone eats. So yeah, no, that's my bold prediction. But look, guys, thank you for all of your support this year. Everyone who's listening, I know that all of you don't celebrate Christmas, so obviously this day when this comes out is just another day for some of you. But I hope, nevertheless, those who do celebrate Christmas or any other kind of religious holidays in and around the holiday season, that you are able to have a lovely holiday season and you're able to spend it with people that you love. And if you're not, that I hope you're able to treat yourself to a lovely day, or period. And thank you. You guys at home make this podcast what it is. Otherwise, it's just a pair of people who clearly, you know, one of them is a prick and one of them is on the other end of abuse every other week, to which they don't deserve. See, that's me owning up to my shit. She's frozen, so I can't even see her reaction. But we really appreciate. And now she's gone. So we really appreciate. But look, you guys put up with us through all of the technical difficulties, through all of the unprofessionalism, through all of the rubbish. You guys, for some reason, you really support us, and I really appreciate that. We really appreciate that. And
absolutely.
Honestly, I don't think we got to do a Thanksgiving episode, but I'm very grateful and thankful for each and every one of you who tune into this podcast. I hope you have a lovely Christmas period. Thank you, and I'm grateful for you, Tasha. I'm grateful for you, Mario. I'm grateful for you, Chris.
I'm grateful for some reason, right back.
the sound effects are not working, so I can't even give you a round of applause. But thank you so much for coming on this show today. Well done to you guys. Mario,
Thank you for having us.
Tasha, great work as always. We will see you. I'm taking a month off. I'm just going to tell you that now because I'm moving house. And then I'll be back in some form in February. I don't know. What are you saying, Mario?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say something. So I don't know. What are you guys coming on? Are you guys gonna?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll be on Saturdays.
We're gonna be out
Sunday,
here getting
Monday,
our reps
whatever
in,
day it comes out. Yeah,
getting our reps in. The Saturday show might happen Monday, might happen Thursday, might happen.
Yeah.
Who knows when it happens?
Okay, nice.
But we'll be around.
Put the notification bell on, and then you'll know when the episode.
Yeah, exactly. Share it with your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Let's grow the channel while Nyasha's away. You know, so he comes back to a surprise.
I love that. No, for sure, and I feel like it's awesome that you guys are really taking that forward. So yeah, guys, I love you all. Have a lovely holiday season. See, because we just say Christmas here, like fuck everyone else. But have a lovely holiday season. I hope you enjoy this podcast. I hope today you've had some lovely food, first and foremost, if you're listening to this on Christmas Day. And no matter what life throws at you, remember, keep it on the black stuff. Take care. Merry Christmas and then man there. Toodle pip. Goodbye.
Happy holidays.
Bye.
Happy holidays. Bye. Bye. The weather outside is
Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
Look, mate, if you've got this far, clearly you like what we do. So here's a link to subscribe to the Quicks Up F1 family. Give that a click. And here's another link to some more cool on our channel. Sorry, cool stuff. And remember, no matter what happens, keep it on the black stuff. Click the stuff. Click the links. Click the links. Click the links. There. They're there.